All right, take two. I actually tried recording this, and apparently the team builder portion was 23 plus minutes. Let's not do that again. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Thriller here. We're here for week number 5 of the LOG, the League of Greg. We are taking on my good buddy Goku of the Hoopa Heroes. Now, if you guys don't know Goku, he's been someone that's on my channel a little bit here and there. He was in free for alls with us. And he's honestly a really good guy. He's way too innocent minded for his own good, but bless his heart because he is. He is someone that, you know, he's really more different from what anyone else. He has horrible movie takes. He said Shrek was mid, and then he watched it again, then he was like, it's okay then. Which we'll take, but god damn it, Shrek is never mid. If anyone says that Shrek is mid, they're not your real friends. Anyways, that's off the topic. I had to do that once for Goku, man. I had to. But I'm really excited to take on Goku. This is his very first draft league he has ever been doing. He has not played any competitive Pokemon or anything like that. I think he like one BGC tournament for Brendan's tournaments that he does. Brendan, aka being Dark Double 26, another good buddy of ours. But yeah, Goku doesn't play Pokemon competitively and doesn't really play it in the format I have for like the last 10, 11, less almost 10 years now of the format. So it's definitely going to be something very interesting here. I've studied Goku's games, I've studied the Monty's Bring Bring and stuff like that. I am definitely going to give Goku a run for his money. I think I'm arguably the toughest opponent Goku has all season. Arguably, he has some other people though that are tough, but I think in terms of like our friend group and stuff like that, I'm going to be the biggest challenge he's going to have. Even Colin said it himself that I'm going to be probably tied for Goku's toughest opponent the whole season. So I'm looking forward to giving Goku a good game, and I hope Goku gives me a run for my money. He's definitely got a good team actually for us. He has got the Terra, Raging Bolt, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Gliscor, Metagross, Tyranitar, Gengar, Armor Rouge, Knuckle Stack, which can Terra, and Wigglytuff. Full frontal disclosure, Goku pretty much drafted this whole team except getting opinions about Wellspring and Raging Bolt. He was pretty much told by Colin to grab Raging Bolt. Like that's like those two months technically the only ones that Goku never picked by his own. He picked everything else. So I liked what he picked up though. I think picking up Gliscor, which he sniped me up. God damn it, Goku. I wanted that. Gliscor is really good. Metagross is a very solid Mon. Gengar is really good. Armor Rouge is pretty solid in a cool little format. Terra Knucklestat is a GOAT low tier captain. If you do not respect the Knuckle, you will get stackled. Wigglytuff is kind of ass, and T-Tar on this team doesn't really make sense for the most part, but I can see like grabbing T-Tar by itself is an okay option. I've been seeing a decent a bit where people are drafting T-Tar without Sand. Which arguably T-Tar is a Pokemon, he's so much better. Like if you're drafting T-Tar, don't draft it for Sand. Draft it for actually being a Pokemon for your team, in my personal opinion. As a Sand setter, he's easily the worst one. And now the comments are gonna rave on me. Let's get to the team builder. But yeah, like I said with Goku's team's really good. I think his top three come easily. I definitely think his Knuckle stat comes because I have nothing to stop Pterodactyl for the most part of my draft. Like, this is a mon that is going to annoy the absolute living hell out of me in this matchup. In terms of his other two slots, though, I think Tyranitar potentially comes here because if we do look at my team, Tyranitar actually can kind of mess me up here under the right circumstances, and I can't really do much about it. Like with my Darkrai, I'm forced to land a Focus Blast, and even then, Darkrai with even being quad weak to fighting with the Sand Spadef boost that T-Tar gets, T-Tar can guarantee live one. I would have to be specs modest to pretty much guarantee Oko that thing in Sand. But then it comes down to even potentially investments as well. And plus, if he's Chople Berry, he guaranteed lives this hit. Now, I don't know if he'll be Chople. He could be Chople because of Keldeo, which I think Goku should be careful of whether or not he thinks I'm bringing Keldeo this matchup. Because don't get me wrong, Keldeo, in my opinion, does have a fair matchup here. I think Keldeo can really shine, but the thing is, Keldeo really gets overwhelmed by a lot of things and gets outsped. It just does, uh, gets carried. Excuse me. So I think it's a really tough to bring here. But like I said, I think his top three plus Knackle are guaranteed coming to this game because I know Goku is going to bring hazards for me since I do not have pretty much removal. I think I have Devog on a Pokemon, but that's it. Um, so that's gonna be interesting here. So Goku's gonna have to play around that. I think Gengar is pretty free here. I don't really have a Ghost Resist outside of Darkrai and a Alolan Grimer, but I think Goku should not really be that concerned about Alolan Grimer since I'm never bringing that Pokemon. Which, funny enough, actually is an okay matchup here. Like it can handle Wellspring, Gengar, Metagross to an extent, Armarouge to an extent, and Wigglytuff. It actually handles the majority of Goku's team. Why is this a Pokemon that actually had a good matchup? But we're not bringing it because I don't want to. But yeah, overall Goku's team though, really solid. I could potentially see the Wigglytuff being replaced over something like say Gengar, maybe Tyranitar, because I do think Tyranitar does potentially come here. Metagross, I think could be a bring, but I really don't think it's going to be brought. It's kind of really up in the air if you bring Metagross here. I think Armarouge definitely doesn't come though. Armarouge, in my opinion, does not have that good of a matchup. I think it's got so many move slot syndromes in terms of moves it needs to run in this matchup as well. It's just gonna be really hard for it to be brought. But yeah, I think Goku's got a good team here. Let's go over the team we're bringing. And I'm bringing fun stuff. If you guys didn't know. Also, we're gonna rock out with some really cool Dragon Ball Z nicknames. Since obviously being that it's Goku, he loves Dragon Ball. This or Sonic is his favorite franchise in the entire series. But I also love Sonic, so that's really great. But we got Dark right here, and I went with a really stupid route with this one because I'm kind of having some fun with this league. Obviously, I don't really care if I make playoffs or not, especially since the summertime is getting way more busier here in the next 2 weeks. Actually, next week is when it starts getting pretty much like you're not going to really see an upload for like almost a month probably if it gets to that point where it's that busy. So yeah, but Darkrai is really just a menace this game. Like Darkrai can do really well here. We could have I could have went a lot of variations with Darkrai here, but I ended up going with Swords Dance specifically for one reason. This can beat T-Tar. If it's Shuffle T-Tar, I get floored. If it's not Shuffle T-Tar, if I get an SD off, I'm pretty sure I guarantee one shot that Pokemon. We are Black Glasses to boost off our knockoff, which guarantee OKOs to 2 KOs, everything with having the dark black glasses on. Poison Jab strictly there for the Wigglytuff. It was debated between Wigglytuff, Poison Jab, and Taunt. Taunt to stop hazards from being on our side, but I might still change it to Taunt. I don't really know though. Like Wigglytuff actually has a fair shot to potentially come to this matchup, as I don't really struggle. I struggle a little bit with fairies, but I don't know. It's really debatable on what I want to do here. I still will think about it though. Up next though, we got the Ox King, and if anyone doesn't like the fact it's Ox King, I don't know what else I named it. I went with some guy that kind of looked like he was built like an ox, and I think Rhydon's built like an ox, so who knows? But we got the Ox King right on here with Choice Bandit, and we are going very, very cool with this right on this week. We are Dual Stab plus Ice Punch and Mega Horn. Ice Punch strictly there for the Gliscor and Mega Horn to catch the Ogre Pond. I actually didn't know what kind of fourth move I really wanted, so I just put on Mega Horn. So unless I didn't want to risk missing, most likely with Stonage, I have a better chance not to miss with Mega Horn by 5%. But we are max attack, max spadaf, so we can still take at least one Draco from full. We can take at least maybe one Digi Dragon Pulse up, depending on his investment. But overall, this mod is really good. It stops Thunderclap from being spammed, which is really great into my team. And if Goku's specs locked, we can kind of force him then to be having to swap out and change out his strategy, which is really great. But I love right on this match, and I'm gonna see later on because we have a certain Pokemon here that you're gonna find out why we're running this Choice Band set. Up next, we have the debut. After 5 weeks, he finally makes his debut. It's Registeel with Android 11, who was like the big robot of like 17 and 18s, like there. I think his name was 11. I looked up Android 11, and that's what I saw a picture that stated that's what he was. If I got the picture wrong, I apologize, and I disrespect the Dragon Ball community. It's okay. I don't really watch your show anyways, but I'm just kidding. I respect it. I've seen some clips back when I was a kid. It's actually a decent show, but not in person. We are Iron Defense Body Press because it's standard. We are Ice Spinner, so we do not lose to Gliscor 1v1. We actually beat Gliscor 1v1 once we get an Iron Defense off. And then we have Heavy Slam because Heavy Slam literally just will blow past most of Goku's team. Obviously, if Armor Rouge comes, this set gets walled by Armor Rouge, especially if it is a weak armor build. It's actually scarier, but depending on his set with weak armor, we can actually still beat it 1v1, live at least one hit. That's why I'm especially defensive set versus physically defensive, even though I'm a little more physically defensive than specially defensive. But this Red Steel can actually do a lot of things. We have Chi Chi, the total embodiment of emotion on how Chi Chi is. We are actually rocking out a very stupid Mesprit set, but honestly, if you really look at Goku's team, this actually is a really cool set. We are Terra Fairy this week, even though we're not going to use it. Terra Fairy would be mostly used as a defensive typing in case I want to make sure I can beat Raging Bolt if I have to. But we're Trick Room because that also helps with our Ox King, our Registeel, and our Hydrapple, which we'll talk about here in a bit. But we are physical because with being physical, we guarantee OHKO stuff. We 2-hit KO T-Tar with this build, and we can always be able to live a hit because of our Cobra Berry. We have Ice Punch that we can be able to take on the Gliscor, so Gliscor cannot wall us if it tries to go for the Toxic, and I actually might change this to Terra Poison, actually. Actually, I'm going to change that to Terra Poison, because that way we can't be Toxic by Gliscor if we ever had to get in a situation like this. But this set is really, really good. I think it does a lot here, and it can just really be annoying. It's meant to take some hits here, but it's mostly just to do damage and just kind of help whittle things down and support Trick Room for our previous 2 months. Up next, we have a literally Son Goku himself, the Gouging Fire with Dragon Dance, Double Kick, a Dragon Claw, Heat Crash, Adamant in Nature, also the Darkrai and this Mon at +1 guarantee will outspeed everything that Goku has unless he has Choice Scarfers that he has in the bag. This Mon is single-handedly going to cause Goku a lot of problems because this is a Mon that can really use. And plus, it is going to be our Knuckle Stack Cobra Cloak check. Now, it's not our check as in like if we check this Pokemon. It's our check as in like this thing cannot lose to Knuckle Stack. If Knuckle Stack is Iron Defense this week, we could still lose with that set. But with this, we can Dragon Dance alongside it. He can't steal it. And if I get the +6, and I get 1 crit on that Knuckle Stack, Goku loses. I'm gonna tell you right now, Goku straight up loses. He cannot beat me if I get the +6. This Mon is so unbelievably broken this game that it's going to be really good. If I have position and play around this well, this thing can just straight up sweep Goku and just win us the game. And last but not least, of course, we got to have a dragon with the dragon name himself. And Shenron, we are Nasty Plot Recover. Actually, the first time running this set, you guys have seen us. We've been pretty much running like sub variations. I think we ran like an Assault Vest variation. We ran Choice Specs one time. We ran Dragon Fang. We're running Haban this week, so we can guarantee live a hit from the Raging Bull and be able to regen that out. But we are Nasty Plot Recovered, so we can be able to just sit on the field and just be fat and annoying because we're especially defensive. And then we have Dragon Pulse. I did originally have Giga Drain, but I ended up making the safe play and going Earth Power just in case I still wanted to hit T-Tar for some super effective damage and to make sure I can hit the Metagross for super effective damage, otherwise I am walled by it. Or Terra Dragon, because outside of Metagross and any potential Terra Fairies and Wigglytuff, Goku does not have a Dragon answer for the most part, and we can just pretty much take advantage of that. So, yep, that's going to be the team. I'm going to go ahead and get connected with Goku, and I will see you all in the battle. Alright, guys, we are here for the battle. We're taking on my good buddy Goku and, Rakkuguy. Get ready to meet the Prince of all Saiyans. Actually, I should have done a bit for this. God damn it. I could have been Vegeta. Even though I'm not really a Vegeta guy. I'd probably be a Goku guy. Honestly. But damn it, this could have been a perfect video to do like a whole Vegeta versus Goku. God damn it, Bobby. Okay, so he brings... What else did Goku not bring? He brought... No Gengar! Real quick, guys, I'm going to actually share this link with the battle, and I'll be right back. I'm so shocked Goku didn't bring Knuckle Stack. He brought Armor Rouge, which arguably I think is actually a really weird bring into my team. But like I stated, it was not that bad of a bring entirely. We do see... We do see Metagross, which again was a Pokemon I thought could come versus me, but I didn't know if it was 100%. Wow, Goku actually might pick up a win here. I'm so glad I put Earth Power on my set now, though. Thank God I put Earth Power on my set. Alright, I think first is Goku here. He's gonna lead with Gliscor. Does my Rhydon OHKO this Gliscor? If this is offensive, it dies. So if it's just max HP, it dies. If it's Fizz Dip. It's a roll to knock it out. I think I'm gonna go for it. Yup. Going for the Ice Punch here. Goku might click Protect here, but if I'm Goku, I'm getting up with my Spike. Okay, he's gonna go for the Protect. Now, Goku, I think, is gonna make the smart play and go into his Metagross or his Fire. I think Goku's play here is to either go Metagross or go into the one guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my Darkrai here. Goku stayed in! Wow! And he brought T-Spikes? Why T-Spikes? Interesting. So Goku's this. So Goku's T-Spikes. I'm so surprised! T-Spikes? Why? Well, I'm gonna knock here. That is specially defensive. So that is special defensive Glide Score. That is good information. So that Darkov got a max roll on that actually, which is really good. A Drain Punch at +2 unfortunately does not pick up the KO here, so we're gonna have to run the knockoff here again. Oh wait, actually, could Goku live this hit now? 46 to 54. No, he dies. He dies. Okay, Glide Score is gone. Wow, though. I'm so surprised he brought that. Here we go. Come on, don't be Chapel. Don't be Chapel. Don't be Chapel. Come on. Don't be Chapel, Goku. Don't be Chapel. What he really should do here is actually go out into Armor Rouge here, expecting the Drain Punch, which, again, I don't know if Goku is. Let's go! Let's go! This set might just win. I'm not kidding you guys. This set just might have just won. I genuinely just, I think this set literally just won. And if it does, okay, knockoff doesn't, oh wait, I have Poison Jab. Poison Jab guarantee knocks him out here. There's no shot. This set actually worked. Like, you're kidding me. Goku, I'm so unbelievably sorry, man. I am so unbelievably sorry that this has happened to you. But I'm sorry. This is funny as hell. I'm so sorry. This is funny as hell to me. This pretty much has one roll that doesn't knock him out. Oh, he's got a Bullet Punch, actually. Smart play by Goku. Oh, wait, he was... Oh, he's Policy. I'm so sorry, Goku. I didn't know. Does Raging Bolt... Goku, I'm so sorry. I'm really am sorry, man. I didn't want to do this to you. I didn't want to do this to you, Goku. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm gonna let him kill Goku Black. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go Chi-Chi. I'm gonna click Trick Room. And then see that Terra Electric. Smart play, actually. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sack this. He Thunderclaps. Rhydon's going to get the KO. I'm so sorry, Goku. I'm so sorry. I'm going to see if Goku wants to do an interview. I'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright, guys, I'm here for the post-game interview with my buddy Goku. Goku, how does it feel to lose to yourself but the evil version?
Okay, you're so wrong for that. But overall, it was fun. Even though I got, you know what? I'm not gonna say I'll let the viewers see how the battle turned out, but
I mean, they're already seen
overall, it
it.
was fun.
We're talking about after the battle's over, Goku. They already saw it.
Oh crap! Then yeah, I got destroyed. I got
I
swear.
will say this,
But
Goku. I actually felt this matchup was really annoying for me for a bit because there were some Pokemon I could have saw you brought versus me. Like the only like to be honest, your Metagross, both your Psychic types, I did think both would come. I think if either one of them came, Metagross did because Metagross did better. I was very tempted to think you would bring Wigglytuff because Wigglytuff actually is very annoying to deal with in terms of like Thunderwave strats and just walling the dragons on my team from Hydrapple to that, even walling Darkrai to an extent because I can't reliably bring Sludge Bomb versus your team because you have so many resist towards it. So it would be tough to fit that. But yeah, I was very
I'm not.
surprised there was no Terra stack. Dude, that thing literally 6 0'd me.
Oh my god! I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even think to bring Wigglytuff Thunder Wave. I didn't
Yeah,
even. That didn't even cross my mind.
that is true. That is like that's like here's the thing though. Wigglytuff though by itself though with that utility, it needs to work against a good team. I think versus mine, it could have worked, but at the same time, I have a Registeel that just bops you with Heavy Slam. I have a Gouging Fire, which if I'm sub, you can't do anything to, and I Dragon Dance for free. Which by the way, this had double kick specifically just for T-Tar.
Okay. Okay. That
I will
is times for effective dragon. That is wrong. That is
I mean, hey,
golly.
if you're Chopple Berry, I want to break the Chopple, man. Like
Oh my
I will say
god.
I am very, very happy I switched because originally before the battle started, I had Giga Drain on my Hydrapple, but switched it to Earth Power because like if he brings that Metagross, this gets walled by it. So I have to figure out what I gotta do about that. And Lord of Behold, I make the swap and you brought Metagross, and I was like, oh, like it was such a big thing there.
It's like the second I saw like you do the stat boost again on Darkrai, I'm like, oh crap, I'm screwed.
I will
Cause
say
like
you. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
it's like there was literally not much I could do to get around it.
I will say versus your team, Darkrai was a monster. Like you didn't really have because you don't have like a fairy type, so like you have your fairy type in the Wigglytuff, but it's not the best fairy to still check Darkrai because of the fact Darkrai can be a lot of things. Darkrai can be specs, it can be nasty plot. You have a nasty plot in Wigglytuff's getting its pillow pushed out with all the feathers out and just dropping like a sack of bricks. But it's like Wigglytuff's a fairy that it works in niche matchups. Like it has to come against like a Dragapult team because it's the ultimate counter to Dragapult. Against Darkrai, it's not the best counter, but it's still good enough if you feel like you have the tools necessary needed. Now, here's the thing: I knew T-Tar was coming because I looked at my team. I was like, GOKU actually might bring T-Tar here. It actually kind of smokes me a bit here if I'm not careful. And I had to think in my back of my mind here, like, what can I do to stop this T-Tar if I want got on the string? Which came out of the idea behind the Mesprit, because this Mesprit also had Drain Punch. This Mesprit was fully physical. This was not a mixed Mesprit. It was fully physical. And it had Trick Room specifically designed to support the Registeel, which was named Android 11. You know, the one when they win Zekai with the 17 18. I also didn't
Yeah.
know any good names. I felt like he was built like a Registeel, so good. And there's no real Oxes in the Pokemon world that fit Ox scheme besides the Tauroses, so I felt like Rhydon was close to his body build for that. But
Fair enough.
yeah, but I felt like this definitely was a tough matchup. I wanted to go a little unorthodox versus you because arguably I was your toughest opponent this season. I even stated in the video that I think I'm going to be your toughest opponent because obviously you know I've done this for a very long time. You've seen the battles I do against some of the other skilled players. And it's just like I know for a fact I'm going to take this matchup. This matchup is looking like it's pretty much in my advantage. But like I even said to them that I'm not going to take advantage. Like I'm not going to underestimate you because like underestimating your opponent leads to you losing a game instantly and just thinking you have a good matchup. Like I genuinely felt this was a bad matchup for me because first off, Knucklestack, a cinder block of Minecraft, literally could 6-0 me if I was not careful around it. And if you brought a certain set that could have really messed me up, I would have lost.
But at the end, I don't know why. I don't know what possessed me to do, but I talked myself out of bringing Knuckle Stack. I wanted to. I really did. But I don't know what possessed me to talk myself out of it.
I want to know who possessed you to tell you not to do that because whoever did that is stupid and wrong. Knuckle is the truth. There's a reason why that Pokemon is arguably broken in low tiers because of how he's good with Terra. Now, I will say it depended really on which Terra type you have. Because my mindset is you're easily running just the standard Knuckle build, which is Iron Defense, Recover, Body Press, and then Salt Cure. The question would have been what your Terra was, because depending on what your Terra could have been, it actually could have been really bad for me. Like, if it was Fairy, in a sense, it's bad, but not terrible because besides Registeel, I can't really touch it with Fairy because Fairy would have really just overwhelmed me unless I got some death drops and stuff like that. I was Covert Cloak on my Gouging Fire because that way, if you try to Iron Defense and then Soul Cured me, I can Dragon Dance alongside with you, and I get one crit or you let me get to +6. I'm literally, if I get rid of that Knuckle Stack, I'm smoking you with Son Goku himself. And I was hoping that would be such a fitting thing, but no, Goku Black now has to get the thumbnail, being the Dark Cry. So,
I want my rematch. Just kidding. I'm just playing.
but honestly, I even said this in the videos before. I'm honestly just really proud of you. Like, this is your very first draft league, and unfortunately, you got body bag here. I won't lie, but you have still came like before this battle. You were 2-2, and I always state this like if for like half point of a season, which we're approaching like over the halfway point now, with actually you technically approached it last week, but still point stands. You went
Yeah.
2-2 into this battle, which honestly I was really impressed with. Like the fact you first off you started off with a win in your first battle ever, which I was really proud of you for. Then you got body bagged in
Yeah.
then you got body bagged your two losses, I feel like. And then you also technically also got really lucky in your first one. But then the rain team you played, I think, actually really well, probably the best you played. This team, however, why is there no spikes? Why do I see T spikes?
Because I wanted to bring Gengar, but I didn't think it was right because I really thought you were gonna bring Pheasantipity. I really did. So when I saw you did, the amount of shock that was on my face.
You do realize that a Gengar can beat Pheasantipity. It gets psychic.
You give
Yep,
me too much credit for you thinking I'll think that far ahead.
that is true. I won't lie. I was a little tempted to think about bringing Pheasantipity. I was a little tempted. Still was a little tempted to bring Keldeo, even though you did have Psychics. But looking at your team, Keldeo literally had no chance of being brought. And the one time I finally bring Registeel, he does nothing. So he waited 5 games to make his debut just to sit on the bench and be like, I will keep the benches warm. I will warm them up with my robotic heat.
Yeah, because my main thing, I borderline my entire team trying to beat that Pheasantipity, only for you to not bring it.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that you'll need to learn in future games is not tunnel vision on one Pokemon. You got to tunnel vision on the biggest threats. Tunnel vision on just one mon makes you way over prepared for it. Like I think like the Metagross set. The Metagross set I actually think was a perfect set versus my team because if I have to like immediately think like as soon as I see a Metagross, the first thing that always pops in my head like okay, this is weakness policy. So it's like if you either can get it on a switch in, or you can make me believe that it's not weakness policy based on damage outputs, and then like, oh, I'm thinking it's random. Then I hit you and pops your weakness policy and you agility. Then I'm like, so on this day when I got 6-0'd, but it's like I think you got like the positioning is where you got to get at, and it's also where you're having like I think personally speaking with Gliscor, I think you should still proc Gengar. I would probably say over Armor Rouge. I think Armor Rouge, in my opinion, did not have a good matchup into my team. So I think you could have brought it over that and like been like a Sash T Spikes variant, which actually could have been really good because you still guaranteed the T Spikes up. Gengar can then like in or if you were like something like Endure Custab, like you could have been Endure Custab and either Destiny bonded or you got T Spikes up. And if I saw Endure and cut like Endure, my brain immediately is Custab. I'm not attacking you again, and then I can't attack you again until you click your first move. So either I'm forced to click SC again, and then you click Focus Blast and Oko my Darkrai. then like I wasted all the turns with Darkrai. So it's like that mental cycle is when you get into it, you can start really feeling the process. But overall, based on what we're seeing with your team here, I really don't see anything really wrong. I'm a little surprised not to see U-turn on Gliscor. I thought U-turn was going to be pretty instant because of Darkrai and also good momentum. I think your Wellspring set's pretty much really good here. I think going Adamant though was a little brash. I think unless you were were you that confident I wasn't bringing Keldeo?
Yes.
Then I think that was definitely smart thinking to go with the Adamant set then, because then you're not really outspeeding much, because you know my Fezzidippy is not going to be fast. You know, anything that could try to match uh, Ogerpon is most likely, because I actually changed my speed stats with my Darkrai. Like originally, my Darkrai was a little was a little less, not like faster per se, but it was meant to outspeed you, speed creeping my Keldeo. But then I decided, like, you know what? Goku is a safe player. He might just run max speed just to play it safe. So I went and adjusted the speed to make sure I was faster than Ogerpon guaranteed no matter what. And same with Entei. Like Entei only had enough speed to outspeed everything on your team with +1 that anything was not choice scarred. So that design was there. Um, I think the Armor like I think you're set here with Armor Rouge. I think it's good, but without Energy Ball, I felt like you were struggling versus something like Rhydon. Like when you have a mon like Rhydon and you run Aura Sphere, it's not realistically needed. I feel like if you want to have something like Meteor Beam set, you don't need Calm Mind. I think if you get your boost, you go Meteor Beam, get your +1, and then just use your dual stab and then a coverage move. Like I think if you replace Aura Spear with Energy Ball, that Armor Rouge legit could have been such a problem for me if I was not careful.
Right, because the main three mons that I was looking at that scared the absolute crap out of me on your team deck is like just in general was what gouging fire, Pheasantipity, and Darkrai. Those three scared the living crap out of me when I saw them on your team.
I've never heard of a man scared of a pheasant.
Very. That's all I need to say. It's
Well,
like,
that's fair.
yes, I may have Gyarados, like not Gyarados, Metagross and Gengar, but it's that Toxic Chain ability. That's what scares me.
Yeah, I think if I was bringing Fez versus you, I probably was not going to go with Toxic Chain because there's a lot of cool moves that takes advantage of Technician. Like we have Technician Double Hit, Technician Icy Wind. Like I felt like there was a lot of ways, and ooh, you were actually jolly. You were jolly Gliscor. You weren't bulky at all. That's interesting. Why were you jolly per se for this matchup?
Um, honestly, Jolly just I like the speed, like I like speed, like you said, I'm a safe player, so I felt like speed would give me the right thing, and so speed, and I didn't have any special attack, so it just felt like it made sense.
Oh, that's fair. I think obviously this is your first draft league, so you're not gonna 100% know what some of these mons are gonna guarantee do per se. But like obviously, and for anyone watching this, again, remember this has been Goku's first draft league experience. He obviously does not follow a lot of people that play draft. Like he watches my stuff, but obviously I don't upload as much, and I don't really do breakdowns for stuff like this. So Goku's going based off what we tell him with our buddies Colin, me, and Rose. So just know that it is his first time experience. Don't give him too much flack for having a weird poison jab just randomly on a Gliscor for no reason. So
Now that I think about it, that was dumb. Now that I think about it, like I
yeah,
already
I
set
mean
up toxic spice. Why would I need poison jab? That felt
that's
dumb. Now
kind
that
of
I think about
true.
it.
I honestly think not bringing spikes was a big issue here. I think when you look at something like Gliscor, it's one of your, if not your main spike user. And I think when you look at a draft like mine, like, because I honestly did not really have removal unless I have defog on something, which I honestly do not remember. Like, yes, I have three mons that don't touch the ground. So spikes, you could be thinking like, is it worth it? But I think trying to get spike damage on something like the gouging fire, like my Goku, like my not my Goku, my
I'm not
Darkrai.
your mod.
Yeah. I'm on the like Darkrai or some of my bulky stuff like Registeel, Rhydon. Spike damage goes a long way because it's basically better Stealth Rock, but it can stack up. Like getting 3 layers of spikes up does round, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head, it does
25%, right?
it's somewhere between 25 to 30% just by 3 layers of spikes alone. So it's like valuing the spike is more. Plus, with spikes, you beneficially know more about an opponent's team because either they're risking the damage off of that Pokemon, or you're gonna find out their boots and be like, okay, they may not be that scary then, and then they're not boosting item, or they're not this item or that item. So I think in your future weeks, try to take advantage more of a spike score versus T spikes. Like T spikes is a great idea on concept. Like if especially if you feel confident enough knowing that the poison type is not coming, or you can try to get toxic. Like and there's also the reason like it learns toxic over toxic spikes. Like, I personally have not really seen the good value of T spikes. I think it's a necessary addition to Gliscor's move pool, but I don't think it's more beneficial than having like normal spikes and then toxic. Because if you had toxic in that scenario, Goku, I would have had to play my Darkrai insanely different. Because if I taken so much chip damage, you gone into your Raging Bolt, you Terra Electric, and then that Thunderclap most likely puts me in a range where I die to Toxic turn next turn, or turn, or I basically die to a Thunderclap from the range I could have been at with your investment.
Right.
But like I said, you are
It's
obviously still learning, and I personally hope you continue to want to try draft leagues. Obviously, if you want to stay in like one league like this where you can keep practicing and learning, because I think Colin wants to try to do more seasons in the future. But I personally would say if you want to keep this drive going, obviously you got me, Rose, Colin, everyone else is going to do everything in their power to help you learn more and understand what team compositions and what moves are good for this mon or this build does. But on the end of the day, you're the player, and I still think though, you've been playing really good. You just got to get back on that grind. A fun fact for all of you, like I stated in the video earlier, Goku was sitting in like the top 8 before this battle happened. So if playoffs happened yesterday, the last week was yesterday, Goku would have made playoffs. And I want to see Goku make playoffs. I would love to see him do well still. I'm just really happy that you at least got one win, but I think you got two. Makes me really happy as your friend. And it just makes me really happy to see you were doing good. You're starting to learn things. And I think that one of the biggest pieces of advice I want you to do here is advice that Joey has stated many years ago. And it's advice I keep wanting to instill to people. You're going to learn more of your battles from your losses than your wins. Because then looking back, because
right.
like you have looked back and you admitted, like, why have I poison jab Gliscor? Why was I T spikes? Or why was I this move or that move? It makes you now realize, okay, I could have changed this and it could have been a different story. And that way you can incorporate that stuff you learned from that battle into your next battle to where you will not make the same mistakes again.
Definitely. It's like I am going to be joining drafts. Overall, it is just for fun, but I am having fun. But I want to keep doing it. I want to get better. It's like, and overall, just another thing I get to do with my friends. So yeah, I will keep
Absolutely.
it. I will do more drafts.
Yeah. And my advice to you is definitely do not overexert yourself. Don't be like me and do so many leagues at once. So, like, learn to find the perfect balance. Like, because if you have the time frame to do this and that, it's great. But you always got to remember the balance your personal life, your draft league, and always remember the draft league is always a side. It doesn't need to be your priority. Like, if you literally said, like, this is going on, I can't play it all. I'll take the forfeit loss. It's okay. My mind needs to be focused on this. People are gonna understand that. Like, people will respect that, and that's the biggest thing with draft league. Everyone will be spreading the same word of respect because there's no need to be like no one's gonna really just like this and that. Like people will understand that life always comes first. Like obviously we all love playing draft league. We all love being a part of this thing that we do. But at the end of the day,
Of course.
we're just playing a kid's game that's for fun. Like it's not our priority. It's not what we want to focus on in life. And if you're someone that focuses on in life and thinks it's a top priority, please go get help. Dr. Phil will be meeting you in the office soon. Anyways, so but I think Goku personally, if you continue this career, I think you can keep on shining, and I can definitely see you in the future winning at least that one championship. and I really want that to happen to you in the future because I do think you've got the bases down. You just got to keep learning the fundamentals, learning the proper move sets, investments. And one of the big things, as we can see with this, you're because obviously being new, you're going with the max route for your IVs and EV stuff. Later on, obviously, when you get more into leagues, we're gonna start showing you how to do these like speed creep, battle prep, defensive creeping, all these things. We'll start learning and you'll start picking it up and start now doing it on your own, and then you'll start nailing it. Like, because trust me, I was like you. I was always a max guy. I never learned anything properly good about Draft League besides watching it. It's when Dan, aka A Drive, sorry, I had to do that once, but
It's all right.
when he did his Twitch Battle League with it was Twitch subs. He literally showed the thought process behind doing a team building guide, how he built his teams, then when immediately hopped into the battle, and also kind of showed what happens with people in front offices and what they do. He showed what speed creeping was looking like. He showed what how to live a certain hit like. Like these were all the fundamental stuff he showed us, and then when I saw it, I picked it up, and then I started winning. I started having creativity. I started thinking to myself, I can do this and that with this Pokemon and just stole the show. And I've done that. Like I've been so experimental with Pokemon in the past. Like I brought Weakness Policy Extra versus a Rain team and won with it. Like no one else can ever top that. Or I could bring a Weakness Policy Clodsire and it picks up 1 or 2 kills. It's a great mon for that. Unpredictability is what makes drafts so fun, and I can't wait for you to start exploring your unpredictability. Obviously, for right now, you're going to start learning how to save it, but I promise you, when you start getting the hang of everything, you start learning these EVs and IVs, all the unpredictability and just like the cool prepping is just going to be so good for you in the future.
Yeah. It's
So,
like,
yeah, go ahead.
uh, no, go ahead. I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry.
In the classic true fashion, I had to make the joke once, he zoned out.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Just for everyone knows, we just
But
this is just a friendly joke we give Goku. We give him a lot of shit for it because it happens. I personally feel like he does it on purpose. He says he doesn't, but I think he does. But it's just a joke. We obviously don't make fun of Goku like this for real. Obviously, plus if he did, he would told us and we would stop. But it's all friendly
yeah,
fun. Just let
I'm
you
the
know.
type to let you know if I don't like. Ayo, I don't like this stuff. I'm the type to let you know.
Yeah. But Goku, I want to thank you again for the battle and thank you for being cooperative with time. I'm glad we got the battle done right away because now I only have to worry about maybe at least one more battle this week, and then pretty much after next week,
No
I am going to
problem.
be slammed into all hell and back with work. So just glad our
No
battle didn't
problem.
have to happen on that, so it's actually good. But like I said, as
Definitely.
we wrap up here, I'm just really proud of you to get into the draft league stuff. I'm happy to see you at least have 2 wins under your belt. I want you to somehow make it into the playoffs, man, because I want a rematch with you, even though you fear Goku Black for the rest of your life. But I think we
Ah,
could have, we could have a great one rematch. Is there any closing thoughts and statements that you want to say before we head out?
overall, hey, thanks for watching. And if you want, leave me some tips in the comment section.
Also, if you guys, I've said it before, definitely go check out Goku's Twitch in the channel description down below. Goku is trying to get onto the road to affiliate, and if you can please check him out. He needs a couple more follow. He needs some more followers and some more watch time. Please get him up there because Goku definitely is someone that is on the road to becoming a Twitch affiliate, and I would really appreciate your help in getting on that road. But with that, this has been me and Goku. We'll see you all for week number 6, and with that, we will see you guys later. Peace.
See you later.